Hey everybody, msladedah here, and today, as you can tell, I'm in one of those moods where I just don't care about anything. I didn't want to get out of bed this morning, but I figured I better. So, nothing like getting the body up and moving, huh? So, I'm up, I'm thankful that I'm alive, and I've got a new day, and I don't want to waste it. So, the reason that I'm not feeling up to snuff is sinuses have just been crazy, and allergies. I'm sure a lot of you can feel my pain out there. So anyway, so let's get to today's topic, which is this month's book club. And so the book for this month was called Atomic Habits. Loved this book. I highly recommend it. It's by James Clear. I ordered this on Amazon, and you can find it down in my kit link down below in the description box if you feel like you want to order it for yourself, which I highly recommend that you do. At first, when you think of the title, you're like, Atomic Habits, what does that mean? Like, you're gonna tell me that the things that I do are bad habits? Well, yeah, in a nutshell, not everything. Some things are bad habits. But not only does this tell you, like, bad habits, but it also tells you how to break those bad habits, start new habits, and it also tells you why you do the things you do, which I thought was very interesting. At the end of every chapter, even, it has a summary at the end of every chapter. And that is something that I love about books, is like at the end when they give you a summary. So in case it was a long chapter and like you're at the end of the chapter and you're like, what all did we cover? It's in the summary at the back, and you can also take notes from that summary if you want to. And I love books that do that round up whatever that chapter was about and breaks it down. He gives so much information in this book in every single chapter that I feel like that chapter summary at the end of the chapter was worth it to break it down. Because of all the information that he puts into this book. Now, granted, some of it may be a little bit boring, I will say, because there's a lot of graphs and charts and things like that. But if you keep on with it and you hang in there with it and you just keep reading, he'll get to the point. And then you're like, oh, okay. And then you can go back and look at those charts and those graphs, and then it makes more sense. Very well written. There's no fluff in this book. It's all actual information. And it's not like, oh, I'm guessing that you do things this way because, or that way because. It's not. It's based on actual psychiatrist data that was put into the book to explain everything. And oh my gosh. So I have never realized some of the bad things that I would do, like some of the bad habits that I would do, until I read this book. And then it made me stop and think, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that. And then it gives a simple solution. So instead of doing this, do this instead. And then you're like, okay. One thing in there too that really grabbed my attention was, if you have a bad habit and you're anxious about changing that habit or starting a different habit, start very slowly. Baby steps. And it's funny because I tell other people that all the time, when they're approaching something big and they're overwhelmed with it, I'm like, baby steps. But I don't tell myself that. And so that's something that I really need to work on, especially when changing bad habits into good habits. baby steps. So, for instance, let's say that you want to lose weight, but you're intimidated to go to the gym, or you don't want to go to the mall and walk, you know, because you have more important things to do with your time than that, or you're just lazy. You know what? Go to the mall, park in the parking lot, go inside for 5 minutes. And then each day or once a week, however you're doing it, increase that time by another 5 minutes to the point where you've been there for like a half an hour and you're like, well, might as well, you know, I mean, might as well walk because I've been here. So why not? And it's things like that that just are real eye openers. And I'm like, I never thought of that. So let me say this. So one of my bad habits is fast food. I'm a fast food junkie, but I'm losing weight, a lot of weight, really fast, but on purpose, and it's healthy, just because of overall health issues. Well, being a fast food junkie, breaking that bad habit of it's fast, it's convenient, and I can be done with it. I'm hungry. I want food now. To break that mentality was just like so overwhelming to me. Like, oh my gosh, this is going to be so hard and I'm dreading it. But actually, it's become very easy. So now what I do is when I'm craving fast food, you know, I'm out and about and I want fast food, like I will go to the parking lot and I'll pull into a space and I'll just sit there for 5 minutes. And after that 5 minutes, I'm like, you know what? I don't even want this anymore. And then I'll leave. I'm serious. It works. At least it worked for me. And that's a tip that he gave in the book even. It's little things like that. He breaks down the career of Steve Martin, which I had no idea that Steve Martin actually started off in Disney when he was just a little kid, because back in that time they didn't have age restrictions or labor laws or child labor laws or anything like that. And he started working for Disney, handing out like pamphlets for Disney. And so, I mean, it starts from there. And then I never knew that when he first started on stage as a stand-up, he would purposely time his jokes for 1 to 2 minutes, and that was it. And then he would get off the stage. And then gradually over time, he would lengthen that time that he was on the stage until he finally made it big. And so in that book, it tells the whole story. That's just like, you know, a quick overview of it, but it tells the whole story of what he did. And it's amazing. And so I've started doing it with other things as well. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not feeling well and I have to vacuum, you know, 2 floors because I have 2 floors here in my home. And I'm like, oh my God, I got to vacuum 2 floors. I don't really want to do this. So what do? I get the vacuum out and I vacuum 1 room, take a break, fiddle fart, do whatever. Vacuum another room. I take my time instead of that, oh my gosh, I have to get it all done, which was me like my whole life up until I read that book. And you know, it took away a lot of the anxiety that I had and the feelings of overwhelmingness that I had thinking about everything I had to do that day. And vacuuming, you know, 2 floors for someone that, you know, does it all the time, like I do, you would think that it would be a no-brainer, but sometimes it is. Not all the time, but sometimes it really is. And so to break things down like that and start out with baby steps was a life changer. It really is. So I cannot say enough good things about this book. I highly recommend it. Once again, it's called Atomic Habits, Tiny Changes, Remarkable Results, an easy and proven way to build good habits and break bad ones by James Clear. Yeah, I highly recommend this book, you guys. Now, the next book is not here yet. I ordered it from Amazon, but it's been delayed in shipping. But it's going to be called Winning the War in Your Mind. And that's going to be the book for June. And I'm excited for that book. I might do a video when it comes to show you guys like what it looks like and what I'm talking about, but it'll be down in my kit, my Amazon kit, down in the description box below if you just want to take a look at it or whatever. And I'm really excited to read that book as well. All right, that's going to do it for today's video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and please like and subscribe. And by all means, feel free to leave a comment. Thank you once again. This has just been a busy, crazy month for me, so my videos are a little bit off on timing, and I do apologize for that because I'm usually like pretty regular with my schedule and everything, but life happens, you know? So, and it's not like I have 1 million subscribers. So, hey, we're all right. Okay, so for the little group that I do have that are subscribed, thank you so much. And this is, again, is Miss Ladedah saying ta-ta for now. Have a great day.